I was a clinical hypnotherapist my last, I don't know, 5, 6 years of my professional career wrapped up really nice as a hypnotherapist. Um, the goal was to help people lift out of depression and anxiety, uh, quit their bad habits if they wanted, and so on. What I found more than anything was people didn't really want a clinical hypnotherapist. They wanted a magician. They wanted me to do the work for them. They thought, well, you're the magician here. You're the hypnotist. Make me quit. Make me quit smoking or you're not a good one. Well, first of all, before you can be hypnotized, you have to want. You have to really want it. If you don't really want to quit smoking, you're not gonna. And as a smoker for 55 years now, 57 years actually, started at 13. Uncle Tom, Major Tom, taught me how to smoke. I told you that in yesterday's video. Tobacco is a healer to me. But I won't get you all upset with that one right now. I'm talking about emotional women and literal men. In my training as a clinical hypnotherapist, I learned about the difference between emotional and literal consciousness, how you interpret what you perceive, if you will. It helps a clinical hypnotherapist know how to talk to you in guiding your mind. So, for example, if I had a guy, well, I had a test I did on people. It's called the Kappa's test. Kappys, I think. I don't know, can't remember how to spell anymore. No more left brain. So, but Kappa's, his theory was literal is a paternal preference to listening to people. They prefer, tell me straight. Give me the facts, man. Just the facts. That's more paternal and literal and no fluff, right? Where women are different, or even emotional men. There are emotional men too. Women are emotional expressionists, and they interpret things emotionally, and they express things emotionally. And if you're a literal person, paternal, and this emotional person comes by, you think it's fluff. You know, you're interpreting it. It's foggy. It's what is she doing? Why is she emotional like that? Stick to the facts. What are you saying? And he doesn't calm down and listen, because it has become a common denominator and habit to just put her down for her ways, her emotional ways. And as her emotional ways are put down, I think it started kind of in the Garden of Eden, really. It did. Putting her down for tempting Adam. For tempting Adam. And we have been doing that to our mothers, our children's mother, our daughters. and our grandmothers ever since. Now, you may not think so. You may think you're just putting down other women because maybe you know that your women aren't like that. You know that. But you see on TV and read in books, and the majority, well, they're like that. They're demonic and they're trying to get me to look at her. But we have to turn the tables now. And men have to take responsibility for their interpretation of their literal sense. Emotional and literal can work amazing together. Have you heard about kinetic energy or kinetic symphony? Kinetic symphony on YouTube. He compiles stories from Reddit and YouTube and all over, really, talking about the Matrix, or not the Matrix, people have experiences, glitches in the Matrix, I guess he calls it. Yeah, glitches in the Matrix. And I've always found them fascinating for my own reasons, because I know what the glitches are about. Well, with their help, with Kinetic Symphony's help, I know what's going on. He helps me put common denominators together. And then once common denominators of people and their stories are put together, then I can connect dots, you see, and eventually, I can see a big picture. So I was listening to him, and there's one part to his podcast that irritates the bejesus out of me, to be honest. And that is, he goes on when people ask, what is this? Why do I see somebody else's face in someone else's face? Like, it looks like my grandpa, but it's really so-and-so, getting people confused, or suddenly finding themselves in a different timeline, and having deja vus all over the place. So all sorts of stories over there. If you want to go take a look, I do recommend him. However, the irritating part is not his jokes, not that he numbers every one of them, because that's what the left brain does. It loves numbers, like data. It's left brain. And data oriented. And he's very freaking good at it. And I don't have a left brain. So it's fun for me to go over and use my right brain to see the common denominators, add them all up in my brain, and right brain, and connect dots. So I had it yesterday. I just said, oh my God, will you shut up, to him. Because what he does, beyond his pay grade, if you will, is he goes on to interpret other people's stories. You see? But they ask, they say, what's going on? I'm a big baby. I can't figure it all out. I need you. Because if somebody else here knows more than you know, and you know me, I am all about bringing out your higher self. And some people get a little pissed. They just want the answer from me or from Kinetic Symphony. And the left brain is all too happy to explain your dreams to you and tell you what you're thinking and feeling and what you know. They love that. They go in to do that all the time. But what had happened was, it was a story about a 15th or 16th century woman dancing in the street, right? She felt this picture of this woman dancing in the street, and it was, weird that she had that glitch, if you will. It was a past life type thing. And he went on to interpret it for her. A big mistake, guy. Big, big mistake when I'm watching you. Because he said that there was a demon in that woman dancing. He said, she's a demon. That's all I heard. He went on. That's all I heard. She's a demon dancing in the street. And so that's, I know anybody with a half a brain on the right side would know what I'm talking about here and picking up what I'm putting down. She is not a demon dancing for sex, like he was implying. Yeah, that was exactly what he was implying, that she was asking for sex. He's interpreting this woman's dream or glitch as if she went into a demonic thing. And I said, nope, we're not going to do this anymore, cowboy. I know what's going on now. I see the picture. The demon, my friends, is in the eye of the beholder. Get it? You're going to sit there and watch a woman and interpret her when you're a man. You're interpreting her as a kind of reptile. You are a reptile. You don't look at women like that. She doesn't have to cover up for you. You stop looking and stop thinking like that, you hardened heart. Women are a different species. We are not men, and we do not think like men. We are emotional beings, and we need to express them. We need to express our emotions. And they're coming out kind of angry. Like, you wouldn't believe my mother. Yeah, I picked her. And I picked the role I would take in her life. I bore the brunt of her rage. And women are raging everywhere. Everywhere. That's the vibration you feel. Tomorrow I'm turning my lights on to pink. They're moving from blue to pink. Because I need to express myself, you see, my way. And I'll even do a little dance for you, I think. Yes, a song just came to me. Amanda. I think I'll do an expression dance because I do them all the time without men watching and leering and wishing and hoping and dreaming with his demonic eye. And we're going to put it back where it belongs. Thank you. Truth. Truth. And so let me give you an example of how well paternal and maternal, or literal and emotional, can work together with a whole brain. You know what I mean? And wouldn't that be marvelous? I'm going to show and tell. I'm a show and tell teacher. And I do that at great risk of humbling myself once again to show you me and what I need. A left brain. Literally, I do. I'm very maternal. I express myself in my apartment with cleanliness to the best of my ability with my health, deep cleaning in the deepest corners. It need help right now, but everything else is perfect, clean, and decorated to what I can do right now. And in my other rooms, they're very nicely decorated and clean. And it's the expression of my heart is here in this home. It's beautiful. It was built for me, I feel. I mean, I was transplanted here. And it feels like the perfect 2-bedroom garden apartment in Quebec City for only, $755 a month now. Before it was $650, including cable. Anyway, whatever, you data literal people like that. Me, I don't have money in the bank. I don't have respect for money. Emotional people don't. They work on intuition and comfort, and they don't really have a lot of respect for money. If they need comfort today, get it. Why are you going to put it off? But paternal come along and say, oh, we got to save money in case we need something tomorrow. Yeah, but I need something today. Oh, we're going to need something better tomorrow. I got it here in the stats. That's a fear-based thinking, fear-based thinking. I don't have money in the bank, but I know I'm going to be okay tomorrow. I just know it. I don't have to ask. I'm not going to starve to death tomorrow. Not going to be in the street tomorrow because I'm not going to create that. We create what we think. Thinking is the problem a lot of times, mental men. Okay, so I said I would show you why you're needed. Look at my walls. Now, I moved here 7 years ago, and this room needed painting then. It was not painted when I got it. It was the only room not renovated, this room, was not renovated. And I painted my kitchen wall pink when I got here because I could. It was easy. It was no work needed on the drywall. But this has cracks in it. And I even said to the landlord this summer, I said, listen, your walls are crumbling around you. You got the outside all done. It's a nice, beautiful glass house. Now he renovated the outside. Beautiful. Glass. It's all glass out there. And modern. But in the inside, he says it's up to me. And he knows my health issues and that I'm a woman and I'm 100 pounds. But he thinks I should be alpha, equal. Don't you see? If he was responsible for his lane in being a builder, which he's supposed to be a builder, a literal paternal builder, don't think, don't infer, don't be a woman and guess. And sure as hell don't analyze me. I am not alpha. Putting up these curtains is the hardest freaking thing with a drill I've ever done in my life. Look at these walls. Look at my art. That's a march of dimes. Those are dimes glued to a canvas board, leaving the men in the snow. Because they got a slave out of Abraham. She's a demon. She's punished by God, but you think you're God. And you're punishing her in your paternal way. You're not using your paternity or your manlyhood, alphahood, to build a world. Not when you want the slave to do the labor. It doesn't turn out very nice, you know? And when you try to interpret the emotional woman, it doesn't turn out. It's really weird. The whole court system has women having to prove to the police before it will even go to a prosecutor or a jury or a judge. No, you gotta go through the pain and suffering of a trial before you go anywhere. And you have to get scraped for DNA, you know, and people are watching you and analyze. Men are, you know, you're a demon. You lie all the time. I mean, out of 1,000 reported rapes, and I'll just say it on YouTube the way I wanna, out of 1,000 reported rapes, and people don't report, but 1,000 did, let's say. Well, the stats are there. You can check your own stats. Out of 1,000 reported rapes, 3 were convicted and punished. 3 out of 1,000. Now, I was adding up the common denominators, connecting dots, and that's how I figured out, well, wait a minute. Why does she have to prove that she was raped when she's just telling you she was? and who did it, or even sometimes. She's a witness, but she's not treated like a witness. She's the criminal automatically. Automation. And I need you to see that, guys. There is no justice, but there's going to be. There's going to be. There is quote Jesus. I'll quote Jesus. Judge not, lest you be judged. There's still time to turn your eyeballs around, soften your heart, and not judge. Your eyes are crossed, and it's not going well in the world with men running like women, because there'll never be in this life a woman, no matter what they say, no matter what word is uttered. If you do not have a uterus or a womb, you are not a woman, and you cannot interpret her. You cannot analyze her. You cannot read into her at all, because you don't have the emotions or the intelligence to do so. And if you research ancient Egypt, you will find that women were the leaders and men were the builders. But together they created a heavenly earth. Together we can do it again. Together we need respect. We can't be mocking each other. Nor can we place the blame in an individual, and I don't. It's a mass automation that we've been swaying to other people's songs. And our brains are the manifestor of thinking, right? And so as we're swaying to this outside music, outside stories, outside gods, we are losing our own conscience, and will actually eventually see what we think, and we're seeing upside down and cross-eyed. And that's why confusion comes when we cross over. It's not at all what you think. Women are your mother, your creator, your hope for love, your only hope. But when we put one woman down, that's your mom right there. You got to know that in the big picture. That's your mom. Whenever you say, "You're crazy, bitch," that's your mom. You're telling the world, that's your mom. When your daughter is wearing too much lipstick and you think, "Oh, she's going to go out and tempt men. I know it. I got to stop her." You're going to drive her to your fears. You're going to give her ideas that she didn't have before. I wrote in my diary as a child, "I'm going to be a slut," because my mother assumed I was before I even ever had sex outside of my stepfather. I was a virgin in my mind. I was a virgin, but I was harmed by my stepfather. And here she's calling me a slut with the way I dress. Or she said if I get pregnant, she's going to haul me down to an abortion clinic. She's the one that got pregnant at 15 with my brother. That was her story. But she was projecting hers onto me. And that's what parents are doing. They're projecting their own story onto their children as if the children are guilty. So I wrote in my diary that I'm going to do just that then. And I was a virgin in my mind. And I really was promiscuous. I really did have no respect for my body. And so if men saw that, that I just fall for them and their lies right away, it's because I believed in them. I believed their story to me. I trusted what their word was. And now they call me stupid. Now I'm stupid. I can't win. Now I'm crazy. Don't you see? We are not winning here. We are losing. We have lost humanity when we dehumanize Mother. And we don't take responsibility for the safety, the protection of women and children. We want them to be alpha this generation. Last 100 years. You want your equal rights? Fine. You're going to work. You got kids, doesn't matter. And we're going to leave you. Kid's not my son anyway, Michael Jackson said. Gene, the kid is not my son. Do you see the picture I've drawn for you? I hope so. I'm not here to harm anyone. I'm here to bring out, remember, your higher self. And a good mother will do that. And sometimes it feels like abuse. Or she's picking on you. Or offending you. Well, too bad. I've got to do my job. It's up to you whether you pick it up or not. I can't do it for you. I can lead you to water, just like I can lead a horse to water if you want. Or you can pick it up and begin to research your own story, your own literal or emotional self, how you interpret. And are you interpreting through literal eyes or emotional eyes? And do you respect the other? Do you value the other? If you don't, no worries. You'll have a half a brain forever. But I have to be honest, the left brain, it dies. It crashes and burns. The temples all fall down. What is not real dies. Only love is real in our whole spiritual experience. So to reach your higher self and become your whole higher experience, you need your right brain back. And that's all you need. It's really all you need. Because it can figure anything out. We just won't be able to build the temples again. We won't be able to, we won't need safety or protection. I've needed safety and protection from men. for men. And so have all the other women. And when you see all the serial killing women on media, and this psychopath killed this kid, this woman killed this husband, they'll have 10 women killers on YouTube for you to look at and watch and be interrogated and hate, to one guy. It's I'm exaggerating there, but the picture is very lopsided on media. We are seeing only the worst in women. But I know you guys at home, you know your family are not like that. So it's time to go home and feel your way through. If you can't, if you don't have those feelings, then just be a builder. Just fix your house.